Have you ever thought about whereby someone has minerals, millions, minerals worth trillions of shillings, like trillions of shillings, whereby the formless substance in the world keeps creating minerals over and over and over again, but this continent is so poor. Africa is not broke. Africa is broken, whereby if we combine all the minerals we have, the African continent is it's bananas, it's nuts, it's wildfire. Is worth trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, literally. It is estimated that $30 billion of African gold is smuggled outside. 30 billion, yes, 30 billion. If we can combine the minerals, the lithium, right, the semiconductors in the Democratic Republic of Congo, if we can combine the minerals in South Africa, if we can combine the oil in Nigeria, like listen, Nigeria sells oil, yet majority of the people are poor. Majority of the people, they live in abject poverty. Hundreds of millions of people live in abject poverty, less than $2 or $3 per day, even less than $5 per day. And in Nigeria sells oil, bro. Well, how come Dubai, they sell oil at the same time they're richer than Dubai? And at the same time, Dubai is richer than Nigeria. And Nigeria sells the same oil. How come, bro? How come? How come? It doesn't make any financial sense, right? Dubai sell the same oil as Nigeria, right? Whereby we have the diamonds in Namibia. Oh my goodness! Again, controlled by a company called De Beers, bro. Again, majority of things where they saw shipped outside. If we combine the minerals in South Africa, oh my God, the diamonds again, the gold, right? If we can combine the titanium in Kenya, bro. If we can combine the uranium in Niger, bro. If we can combine all the minerals that Africa have, bro, we can literally control the entire world. We can literally control the rest of the world, whereby Africa, we must not rise up. Because also the West, they're afraid of us rising up. They're afraid of us speaking, right? Like imagine it's a table, okay? Imagine there is a feast table, and then we have the table of queens and kings, right? And all of them, they having their delicious meals, right, at this table. And underneath the table is the hundreds and hundreds of laborers, right? Hundred of stewardships, men and women, even children as well. Whereby the people that are eating on this table, they're like a few, right? And these people, they at the same time they're enjoying, while afraid, because they know that when these people start to rise up, the table will turn upside down and it will collapse. It will crush, boom, and it collapse, right? And that's why probably the West is afraid, because they know that when Africa starts to rise up, it will collapse. It collapse their financial situation, and it will be a situation whereby the West, the France, right, the UK, the US, right, the Germany will now come back to Africa to look for their livelihood. When I say livelihood, I don't mean coming to look for work again. No. I mean they will come back to Africa to do what is called recolonization, redistribution of African continent. Right? Africa, like Bro, if we can combine the uranium in Niger, if we can sell it to China, to Iran, to Russia, even to France, let's say at let's give them a discount of 20 pounds or 20 euros or $20. Let's sell them let's sell them a per kg 180 or 185 per kg. Times that times 80,000 tons per year. If we can combine the lithium, right? The war that exists in Ukraine is because of the lithium, whereby it's arguably estimated that the Ukraine, it has $12 trillion in lithium. Not a billion, $1 trillion in lithium. And Zelensky is being a massive sellout of the country, selling the country to the highest bidder at a very cheaper price. He's selling what? $12 trillion at 50 billion or at 60 billion shillings. I'm sorry, no shillings, $1 billion, right? He's selling a massive sellout in Ukraine, giving people. What that is a wonderful return of investment. That is a good return of ROI, whereby I'm selling to you I'm giving you $12 trillion and you give me 50 or 60 billion dollars. Wow. No brainer. I won't even beg you. I will go boom right ahead. Let's sign this deal. Right? If we can combine all the resources, we'll say no to IMF. We will say no to World Bank. We will say no to the United Nations. Reject it. Okay? Reject it completely. Right? Whereby, what if Africa is estimated that in the next 50 years it will be it will probably be billions of people, probably 5 or 10 billion, right? Let's say all of them. Let's say like this. Africa in the next 5 years, it has 5 billion people. And out of 5 billion, a billion people are multi-billionaires. A billionaire is in the dollar. 1 billion people. Right? 1 billion people are billionaires in US dollars. And then 3 billion people, right? 3 billion people are multi-millionaires. Multi-millionaires, right? Right? And then 500 million people are millionaires in USD. Multi-millionaires in USD, millionaires in USD. And then 500,000 again are thousandaires in USD. Really? If that will happen, if a billion people in Africa, all of them, they become a dollar billionaire. If 3 billion people, they end up becoming multi-millionaire worth 10, 20 million dollars and even more, right? And then we have, there's a 4, and then we have 500 million. Each of them is worth $1 million and even more, right? 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 500 of them, right? And then we have another 500 million, right? Or even 300 million. They are thousandaires. They're worth 100K USD, 200K USD, $500,000, right? Will they be any existing of these West donation organizations? Will they? Will they be, oh my God, Africa is so poor, let's go and help Africa. Africa is poor. No. We say, hey, ho. No, we have this. We Africans, we have it. We're worth billions. Listen, if 1 billion people in Africa, each 1 billion, they end up becoming a dollar billionaire, it will have a ripple effect in the entire continent. If 1 billion people in African continent each becomes a billionaire in USD, a billionaire in USD, that's like the whole of Nigeria. Everyone is a billionaire. Everyone is a billionaire in USD. Africa will change to the better. Africa will change to the better. We have, oh my goodness, Africa will change to the better, but I can't imagine how life will look like when 1 billion people, each of them becomes a dollar billionaire in USD in African continent. Yes, in African continent, they can move and shape up the world. They can move and shape the world politics. They can move and shape the world finance. They can move and shape the world economics. They can move and shape the way things is done in the entire world. 1 billion people to become a billionaire in Africa. 3 billion people, 3 billion people, each to be worth $10 million to $20 million in Africa. When we combine all these resources we have, when we remove this stupid international boundary. Yes, I said stupid international boundary, whereby someone can live in South Africa and in less than 4 hours, boom, he's in Nigeria. Super train. Whereby someone can live in Libya, and in less than 2 hours, sharp, he's in Sudan, working, conducting business, right? Whereby someone can live in Kenya and boom, all of a sudden in 1 hour, right? He's in South Africa or he's in Mauritius. How awesome would that be? We scrap out this entire boundary, stupid boundary, colonialism boundaries, and then we change each African passport. We have 1 passport. That way there is no Nigerian passport, there is no Kenyan passport, there is no ECOWAS passport, there is no COMESA passport, there is no SADC passport, whatever. We scrap also this COMESA bullshit and ECOWAS bullshit and the SADC bullshit. We scrap it off. We have only one thing: United Africa Union. How about that? How about UAU, United Africa Union? How about that? Or how about UAC, United African Countries? How about that? Or what about UAS, right? United African States. United African States. First, we start off getting completely with this COMESA and ECOWAS thing, because clearly with the war is going on all over the world, it doesn't have African, or it doesn't have member states' interest. It has someone else's interest, right? We do away with COMESA, SADC, and the ECOWAS, right? We have our own. You have a passport that has been written Africa, United African State, all over the world, that you can use it to access all over the world. You can use it to travel all over Africa, right? All over Africa. How amazing would that be? How amazing would that be whereby we have our own United African currency, right? And the pictures on the note, it represents what Africa stands for, right? It represents the materials we have, the resources we have. How amazing would that be? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Africa, let's unite. Let's kick out tribalism. Let's kick out different continent. What I mean, different continent, here's what I mean. I don't mean that we kick out people who are not Africans. No, 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 no. Here's what I mean. I mean, we come together. It doesn't matter whether you're Nigerian, Kenyan, Rwandese, Burkina. It doesn't matter whether you're South African. No, 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 no. We come together. It doesn't matter whether you're Yoruba, whether you speak Yoruba, whether you speak Rwandese, whether you speak the Zulu. No, 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 no. We come together and we speak one voice, one language of changing Africa, changing the narrative of Africa forever, so that we can give way for the next generation to come. And also then they can live a massive, wonderful life. So with that being said, Africa, I love you. Africa, I believe in you. Africa, I'm rooting down for you. Africa, I believe you, I love you, and I care for you. Peace out.